Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. I know it's been a little while since I've done a tarot reading video, but I felt a major energetic shift take place in just the last few days. And I want to know what this means for the love connections in our lives collectively, specifically for those of us who identify as twin flames or divine counterparts. Although this reading is specifically intended for these twin flame connections out there listening, you can use this reading as it applies, because I don't believe in coincidences or accidents. And if you found this video, you may meet with some piece of information, guidance, or insight that you need to hear at this time, regardless of what form of intimate connection or love connection you have in mind right now. But before we get into today's reading, I just want to give a huge thank you to this video's sponsor, 𝗀. 𝗀 provides access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors, and these advisors provide guidance and insight on life's challenges, clarity in love, relationships, career, and so much more. 𝗀 is also one of the most affordable ways to get an instant psychic reading by a professional at any time, 24/7. There is always someone online, so whatever time of day or night you're just seeking a little bit of guidance, a spiritual advisor will always be available to speak with you through 𝗀. I used 𝗀 for the first time last week, and I found that it was incredibly clarifying. Although I am very intuitive, and of course you know this because you're listening to tarot readings I do on this channel, like many other people with intuitive abilities, I find it really difficult to read my own energy, to read for myself. So it was incredibly valuable for me to connect with someone to get this external perspective on where I was at with my own healing, what I was still struggling with, and what I could do to move forward in the most powerful, straightforward way in my life and in my own healing journey. As a new 𝗀 customer, you will get your first 10 minutes for just $1.99. Pricing does depend on which advisor you end up choosing, but this first 10 minutes will always be just $1.99. And I have to say from personal experience, this is the best $2 I could have possibly spent for simply getting some insight into my own energy at this time and what still needed to be healed, what still needed to be shifted within me. So 𝗀 really is one of the most affordable ways to meet new spiritual advisors. And the nice thing I love about 𝗀 that I feel really sets it apart from other psychic apps I've used is it's really relationship focused, meaning that 𝗀 really creates a kind of platform you can use to connect with a spiritual advisor long term, kind of like having your own personal coach or guide along this spiritual journey we're on together. So some of the benefits you can have from this ongoing relationship with a 𝗀 advisor are monthly intention setting, gaining clarity on the significance of synchronicities, which I know we all experience, and even chakra clearing, which I talk a lot about on this channel. Also, I do want to say that each week, 𝗀 sends its users discounts on readings, so if you are already a member with 𝗀, be sure to check your emails, check out this week's discounts. And if you haven't yet signed up with 𝗀, you can get your $1.99 10-minute reading by checking the description box below. My link will be at the top of the description box. So let's go ahead and get into today's twin flame reading, or if you aren't a twin flame, whatever love connection or message you need to hear, whatever message you need to hear for that connection at this time. I'm going to begin as I usually do with my standard favorite deck, the Energy Oracle Cards deck. I'm just going to go ahead and pull 6 of these unless I feel guided in some different direction, but I'm most likely going to start with 6. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. In the past, I've always flipped over one card at a time. But for some reason in this reading, I'm feeling guided to just reveal all the cards at once and then pull together the energy at this time, because I do feel there's just a lot going on in the collective. And I also do just want to say that I know many of you are asking for more pick a card videos. And so what I'm going to do is begin today with a collective twin flame, divine counterpart, love relationship type reading. So just to give us a feel for how the collective energy may be impacting these love relationships. But then tomorrow, I'm going to be creating a more specific, divided, I should say, pick a card reading so you can really get some more specific messages and guidance. And as I always say as a disclaimer, I do try to get as specific as I possibly can, even in these general collective readings, because I know that I personally appreciate that specificity, that personalized touch to readings, so I try to provide that for all of you as well. However, with that being said, because some of these messages will be so specific, some of them probably won't be for you and they may be for someone else. So as always, use your own intuition as your best guide, the compass of your life. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and draw our first spread. Okay guys, so I'm just shuffling the cards now. And as I shuffle, I want you out there listening to forget that you're watching a general collective reading right now. And I want you to just pretend as though I'm speaking directly to you, because I am. Because the way the energy works is time doesn't exist. So as you're watching this video in the future, you're actually co-creating, literally creating with me, manifesting with me, the information that's about to come out in this reading. So what I want you to do right now as I'm shuffling is set an intention. What do you specifically need to hear from me? What kind of message, guidance, or information? What kind of confirmation are you looking for? I want you to either say this intention aloud or feel it in your heart and soul. And I just got a wave of goosebumps. So again, that's me feeling the future energy of you watching this video and setting that intention. And I'm going to set my own intention just aloud here as I shuffle. Spirit, please, through this reading, reveal any information we need to hear at this time, especially related to the twin flame or divine counterpart connection. How is the collective energy influencing our highest love relationships at this time? Okay, I pulled one card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4, and then 2 cards just came out right then, so that'll be cards 5 and 6. Okay. Like I said, I'm actually going to flip over all the cards right now and see what comes out. Okay, so I'm just moving the cards right now. What I like to do, I know readers do this differently, but I like to use my intuition to determine whether a card is in the reversed or upright position. Okay, so the first card I pulled is the 4th chakra card in reverse. So as we know, the 4th chakra is the heart chakra. And I already feel that this is a past, most likely a past energy, but possibly moving into the present. Okay, I just heard overwhelmed. I feel that many of you through the heart center, through the heart chakra, this seat of emotion, are feeling overwhelmed by energies. I feel like the reason this is in the reverse position is because many of you have been receiving so much energy through the heart center. Again, I don't have specific information on this yet. I feel myself also tearing up. So I feel like this emotion has been either some kind of great emotional release, or whatever it is, it's been very intense. And many of you, again, I'm speaking specifically to some of you listening, I'm just going to be straightforward. This has caused you to cry, to just feel as though you're breaking open with emotion. I'm feeling that very literally because I'm starting to tear up just reading into your energy. I just feel as though there's this sense of overwhelmment. I do want to get more clarification as to what specifically that overwhelmment is coming from. But I feel that gives us a good starting point for this reading. I also just felt some heart flutters or weird heart sensations. I know that these heart feelings, these flutters or kind of a feeling of breaking open in the heart center is really common for twin flame connections. But I feel as though some of you have been actually experiencing this more intensely. I just heard that for some of you, it's actually keeping you awake at night. I know that I personally felt this from the collective energy. So I want to know if any of you have felt this as well. But I had this feeling consistently a couple of nights of just almost feeling like my heart was pounding at night, like beating too quickly. And so if you feel like your heart is beating too fast or just pounding and it's keeping you awake, I want you to know that this could have a collective source, that you're processing a lot of energy, not just individually, not just within your connection, but collectively. This twin flame path is a very divinely guided and intended path. Intended not only for our own upliftment and healing, but to provide healing to the entire collective. I just heard self-judging. I feel like some of you are judging yourself for feeling this way, for feeling either emotionally overwhelmed, restless. That feeling of restlessness, by the way, can sometimes come from an overactive heart chakra. It could be that you are just trying to process so much energy, so much emotion through the heart center that it's causing you to feel restless. I also heard time limitation. I feel like for some reason this heart chakra block is causing some of you to feel some lack when it comes to time. Maybe you're afraid that things aren't unfolding quickly enough, or you may be concerned that I just heard too old. This may just apply to some of you. Maybe you feel like time is running out. I know at least one of you listening has this feeling like, specifically with love, like you are getting too old, like you should have been married already, or if you've already been married, feeling lost after that first marriage and really wondering when you're going to find love or manifest the physical evidence of this love that you already feel, because I feel many of you are twin flames and are waiting on this kind of manifestation, that you're feeling a bit of a lack mentality when it comes to time. And again, this won't be all of you, so just take whatever resonates. I'm really channeling a lot of different people. I feel there are many of you watching this video because I'm channeling a lot of different intentions and energy, so just take whatever fits and resonates with you. The second card was Door to Romance in the reverse position also. Many of these cards were reversed, interestingly, and I think I'm going to leave them that way because intuitively I feel that many of these were meant to be reversed. I'm not exactly sure how this Door to Romance applies. My first thought when I saw this card was that you feel as though the door to romance has been closed, but it's opening. The interesting thing about this card is when I first laid this card down, it was in the reverse position, but then intuitively I flipped it to the upright position because I felt it was supposed to be upright, but then it didn't look or feel energetically quite right being upright, so I turned it back around, and I actually feel this is significant. I feel the energy is really this kind of in-between space when it comes to this Door to Romance card. I see the door kind of opening, closing, opening, closing. I feel like many of you feel as though you're vacillating between feeling this wholeness, seeing this manifestation of this love connection in a very physical way, and then suddenly feeling it close off again. It's like the door is opening and then closing again. It's a very perpetually shifting energy for some of you, and I feel guided to tell you that you're not crazy. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but maybe some of you intended to hear that. You're not crazy for feeling like this door is opening, because I feel like some of you, you see this manifestation of something. I'm just going to channel very specific messages and images that are coming through for some of you. For some of you, I feel this is really specifically related to text message communication from your person. like I'm seeing someone texting you a lot, and then all of a sudden there's nothing, it's dead silent. And then this goes on for a few days or weeks, and then suddenly there's this instant spark again through your text messages, and you get really confused because you feel like this door is opening and then shutting and opening and shutting. And there's this part of you wondering, are things evolving? Are things healing at all? Because if things are opening and closing over and over again, how can I know that I'm really healing? How can I know that this connection is really opening up to me? And I just heard trust that it's opening. So take that however it resonates. But I feel some of you need to know. And I just heard hold the door open. Interestingly, I'm not sure how that applies, but I just heard someone's twin flame or divine counterpart, or this love connection you're asking about, asking you to hold the door open. Maybe they're not ready to walk through that door. Maybe they keep shutting it out of fear over and over again. But I hear someone very specifically asking you to hold the door. I just saw the image of someone holding like an elevator door for someone else before it slides shut. So just take that however it fits with you, if it does. The third card, interestingly, is a card that I never really pulled much until the last few readings. So I feel this is something really stuck in our collective energy. And this is the community card in reverse. And if you watched one of my last readings, you'll know that I also pulled this card in the reverse position in that video as well. I feel like this card just indicates that energy of feeling a lack of community, a lack of authentic physical connections within our lives is still something that's going on in the collective, specifically connected to the twin flame path, although you can take this as it resonates even if you're not a twin flame. I feel like this card is just coming up here again because, and I know this is going to sound like a weird message, but I'm hearing someone's spirit guide actually telling you that they are proud of you. I just started tearing up. So I feel that whoever this is connecting with, this is someone that you knew in life and were actually really close with, and they crossed over. For some reason, I was getting a really strong masculine energy. I don't know if this was a grandfather or a father, some kind of older masculine figure that you were close to. Yes, you definitely had some kind of relationship with this person. And again, this won't apply to everyone. This may just be one person, but this person is coming through really strongly and saying, I am proud of you for not being afraid to be alone. And I feel that this card came up because, oh my gosh, I'm just like tearing up here. Whoever needs to hear this, like really, really needs to hear this. You need to know that you can be proud of yourself in this spirit guide, this person that you knew that you loved and had a relationship with that passed over. They're proud of you for having the bravery to be alone. And if this isn't connecting with you specifically with this masculine passed on energy I'm talking about, this could be your spirit guides just telling you, you need to be proud of yourself for having the bravery to be alone, because it takes a lot of courage to stand alone in your own truth, in your own authenticity. And I feel many of you in the past haven't had this courage. This has been something you've really had to heal. This is going to sound kind of harsh, and I don't mean this in any kind of a negative way at all, but if you're a Gemini sun, moon, or rising, and you feel as though you've been called flaky in the past, or you've really been able to connect instantaneously but not long-term with people, so instantly you'd meet people, you'd be able to present this kind of self to them where you've been able to kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a false self sounds really harsh, but that's kind of what it was. And I say this as someone who's done this myself. I'm speaking from personal experience, so I don't mean this as a judgment or criticism, but you've had this habit of connecting with people artificially, and it's been a protective mechanism for you. But you have healed this. You're really seriously healing this, and you're reaching a point where you are learning to stand alone, to come into your own authentic self, to really radiate that true soul authenticity. And you need to know that you should be really proud of your healing, proud of yourself, proud of this bravery you've had in shifting that dynamic within you and being so fearless and bold and being authentically you. So whoever needs to hear this, maybe this was your intention being answered, but I wanted to deliver that message to you. And another thing you need to know is, although this community energy is still reversed, I'm kind of intuitively sensing ahead, and I just heard summer. I feel like someone is going to come into your life, or Okay, so I'm specifically hearing that there's going to be one or more feminine energies that are going to come into your life in the summer. And these are going to be either friendships or some form of platonic community. And I feel that these are going to be platonic soulmates or one or more soulmates. And I actually feel that some of you have a sense of this yourself because, and this won't apply to all of you, but at least one of you has actually been dreaming. And this is so specific. So I apologize if this doesn't apply to you, but someone needs to hear this. You've been having dreams about platonic friendships. And in these dreams, you're really close with these people. You may not know them, or they may manifest in your dreams in the form of people from your past, but they're not really from your past. This is such a confusing message that you're dreaming about these past friends because that's a form of friendship you're familiar with, but really the energy coming through in these dreams is you connecting energetically with these future soulmates, platonic soulmates that are going to come into your life definitely within the next year, and I'm strongly hearing by summer. And I'm just feeling this message so strongly that I feel like I need to roll a couple dice to get some potential letter initials of this person. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll the dice and see some of the potential initials of these platonic soulmates that either are starting to come into your life or will come in the summer. Okay, I got Q, S, J, T, U, and V. So keep some of those letters in mind just in case you have any kind of experience where you connect with someone new that you feel a real authentic platonic connection with, especially a feminine energy. Really open yourself up to the potential for these kinds of platonic soulmate connections to come in the summer. The next card I got was the Broken Heart card, but this was in the upright position. With this card, I know that this is a really sad, kind of depressing card, especially when we're talking specifically in this video about love relationships and love connections and twin flame connections. But I want you to know that I'm actually sensing past, present energy from this card, but not future energy. I feel like I just heard you've been living in this space of heartbreak, and not even heartbreak as much as loneliness. I feel like, and I just got goosebumps, so I know some of you will connect with this. I feel like this is the kind of loneliness you feel even when you're around other people. I feel myself tearing up again, so I know some of you have really felt this. And I actually feel like this broken heart doesn't really apply as much specifically to love, although I do feel it may apply for some of you. But if it does, I feel like even the heartbreak you feel in these love relationships or the love relationship you have in mind is more so a loneliness. So if you're with this person in some physical relationship, I feel like you felt lonely within the relationship. If you aren't with this person, or this is a twin flame and you're in separation, I still feel like this is predominantly a feeling of loneliness. But I actually feel like whether this broken heart connects to you specifically with love or just in general with your life, a message you need to know is that the reason you're feeling this way, regardless of whether it's a love connection or whether it is specifically just applying to your life outside of this love connection, I feel like this brokenheartedness is coming from, okay, wow, this is another complex kind of message, so I'll explain this as best as I can, but I actually feel that this connects to the lack of community, and you may be thinking that it connects to a specific person, but I actually feel like because you are standing in your authentic truth but haven't attracted your people yet, your soul tribe, but you're still standing in that authenticity, you're feeling this loneliness, and then your brain is interpreting this as heartbreak connected to a specific person. But really, this is just you trying to understand your own loneliness. And this really goes back to that door opening and closing. I sometimes feel that kind of opening and closing feeling doesn't just apply to you with love, but also in general with your life. You feel like you're making progress, things are opening up for you, and then suddenly they close off again. So the message that you need to hear is not to be too concerned. And I know this sounds weird, but don't be too concerned with this feeling of in the moment, real time brokenheartedness or loneliness that you're feeling, because it will pass. This is a very past present energy I'm getting from this card, like I said, not a future energy. And maybe I'll be able to pull a few cards and just read more into your future. In fact, I'm actually feeling really drawn to a new deck that I got that I haven't actually drawn any cards from. This is the Soul's Journey deck, and just because I'm getting this really strongly through this reading, this lack of community, this standing in your authenticity but feeling lonely, and that loneliness manifesting as a kind of brokenheartedness, maybe just related to yourself generally, your life, or maybe related to a specific person. Okay, so the first card that fell out is friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So I feel this applying in two ways. The first is, this goes back to that community card. I hear be open to friendship, be open to authentic connections that are coming. And I just heard some of you kind of skeptical, thinking like, yeah, right, because I feel many of you are kind of loners. I feel that you're fiercely independent and you've learned to do things on your own. I just heard that at least one of you learned this independence. This was a learned independence in childhood. I just heard you had to be independent, but I also heard that it's safe now to open yourself to friendships that are coming, that you can trust your ability to attract authentic friendships, platonic soulmate level friendships in the future, the ones that are coming in because you are being authentic. Okay, so I'm just going to pull one or two more cards from this Soul's Journey Oracle card deck because I feel like there might be something more here for us. Okay, so I wasn't sure how this card applied, so I almost put it back, but the card that just came out 2 times was the Indecision card. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. I feel like what you're being asked with this Broken Heart card in connection to intuition is to look deeper. That's what I heard. Look deeper, look beyond the surface level feelings of heartbreak. So take that however it applies. Again, this is a general reading, so this could be connecting specifically to you in a relationship with someone, feeling brokenhearted, feeling anxious about the relationship, or this could be you in a separation period from your person, from your divine counterpart, from your twin flame. Whatever it is, you're being asked to dig a lot deeper. And I just heard everything is not what it appears. On the surface, I feel things with this situation look a certain way. Maybe they look a certain way even to other people. I'm hearing that someone in your life is actually giving you some kind of advice. This won't apply to everyone, but be discerning with who you open yourself to. I'm hearing that very strongly because although you have these soulmate connections, these platonic soulmates coming back into your life, I feel like there's someone in your life who is currently giving you advice, or who you're going to for advice, who maybe you're opening up to a little too much. And I don't feel this person necessarily has negative intentions, but I do feel that they don't see beyond the surface level of your connection, that they're just seeing it very verbatim for what it is. And I don't feel that they have your intuitive abilities. And I just heard, again, reiterated, trust your own intuition. Trust your own intuition about what you are truly feeling about this relationship, about this person. Because I just heard that some of you, it's like that card was indecision. I feel like you've gone back and forth, just like that open and closing door. You've almost gone back and forth about this person. And I feel that this energy, this guidance that you're getting from this external source, whoever that is at this time, may be misguided. This person may not be, I heard clairvoyance, which of course is clear sight, people who are able to see into the higher realms. And I feel this applies metaphorically for many of you. You're very intuitive, and I just heard you don't even know it. I feel like some of you are so intuitive, but don't even have much of an awareness of your own intuitive abilities. And because you're just coming into your own intuition, just learning to stand in your own authenticity, learning to harness your own intuitive gifts, I feel like you're still leaning on people who are less intuitive to try to give you advice and guidance when you already know. That's what I just keep hearing. You already know. You already know the truth of this connection. You already know this person, your love connection's true feelings towards you. You know in your heart and soul, even if appearances aren't showing you evidence for what your soul knows to be true. So don't trust the appearances, the physical 3D appearances of this situation. Dig deeper into it. The next card I got for you was the Journey card, but it's in the reversed position. And I just heard walking away, and specifically don't walk away. And I heard this coming from a person, but it was kind of in their head, like them talking to themselves, something that they wanted to say out loud, but they weren't going to say. I feel like this person you have in mind, may be asking you not to walk away, but they may not say it out loud. I feel that many of you are, I just heard that you're very much in this connection. So I feel like this is someone that if you're with in an actual 3D traditional relationship with this person, you feel you've in the past felt very all in, and you still have this desire to feel all in terms of commitment with this person. However, there's this nagging feeling, and I feel it's coming from your ego, connecting with this card before, the brokenheartedness, the pervasive sense of loneliness, the lack of community. And there's this part of you thinking, maybe if I just run away, I can escape this connection. And I just heard very strongly, maybe even escape myself. I feel like many of you have had the urge to run away. For some of you, this may be picking up and moving to some other location just suddenly. For others of you, this may be walking away emotionally, trying to totally disconnect. And I just heard that someone specifically has been really exploring a lot of videos related to twin flames, talking about fully with just withdrawing your energy from someone, from your twin flame, in order to get them to connect with you or talk to you. And although that there is a lot of truth to whenever you withdraw your energy from a situation or a person, they do feel it, and it will cause them to shift. It will cause them to reach out. But I'm actually hearing, if this is for you and this is resonating with you and that's you've been looking up these videos, that actually may not be the right move forward for you at this time, just to completely, totally withdraw altogether. I feel, and this is going to be, I don't want to sound harsh when I say this, but I feel that for some of you, this is really coming from ego. And I know that sounds really bad, but we all struggle with ego. We all go through this ego death experience through our spiritual awakening, especially those of us who have a spiritual awakening ignited from a twin flame connection. But I feel that your ego is coming disguised as soul. That is what I heard. I feel that for some of you, you've been looking up these videos because you're telling yourself, oh, this is the spiritual thing to do. This is coming from my soul, to just withdraw my energy from this person. And then they're going to want me back. They're going to connect with me. But I hear that you're actually in doing this and you're not realizing this. And that's okay, because we all do this from time to time. But you're kind of trying to sidestep your own healing. You're trying to say that it's your soul that wants to just totally withdraw. But really it's your ego that wants to withdraw because you are afraid. Because you are feeling this loneliness, feeling this pervasive heartbreak within this connection. And I'm being guided to say that you can withdraw without completely withdrawing. And I know that sounds confusing, but if this is you and you're in this situation and thinking about leaving, instead of focusing on looking at the other person saying, I'm going to withdraw from you, because even in the act of pushing against that person, pushing against that connection, you're actually still putting energy in that direction, just a different kind of energy. You're actively pushing against it through your active withdrawal of your energy. Instead, the best path forward, if you truly want to shift the balance of this connection, your key to doing this is actually to go within, to say, I am going to shift the balance within. I'm going to not say I'm going to withdraw my focus from this person, but I'm going to return my focus to myself. I just want to pause because I feel like some of you really needed to hear that message. Maybe it's even what you were asking for. There's a huge difference between I'm going to actively push against this connection by actively withdrawing. It's like telling yourself, oh, I'm not going to think about this person. I'm not going to think about this connection. There's a huge difference between that and I am going to positively focus love, energy, and attention on myself. And the beautiful thing about the twin flame connection specifically, because I know many of you are twin flames, is that because this is a very mirrored connection, whenever you turn your love, attention, energy, and focus upon yourself, upon your own life path, upon your own healing, you actually deepen the connection with your twin flame, not just in an energetic way, although that's what happens first, but ultimately in a manifested physical way. You will be drawn toward your divine counterpart, toward your highest soulmate connection, toward your twin flame connection. The more that you heal yourself, every step inward toward you brings you one step closer toward this person, which is very ironic because it breaks the paradigm that society teaches us, which is that if we want to fix something, we have to focus upon it. You can't fix what is broken by focusing on the brokenness. You must focus on the wholeness, focus on the healing. And when it comes to being a twin flame, focus on yourself, on showing yourself your own love and healing energy rather than actively pushing against whatever is happening with this person or situation. For those of you who would like to participate in your own self-healing journey, sound therapy is one of the most powerful tools to begin doing this. Specifically with sound therapy, I like to use binaural beat frequencies as well as subliminal affirmations. So subliminals are just unconscious affirmations that are targeted to the unconscious areas of the brain rather than the conscious mind, which is so powerful because research has shown that the unconscious mind, the subconscious, is actually over 1,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. So this is how we truly shift our energy, truly begin to heal by addressing what's been going on with us unconsciously. Personally, I tried using the law of attraction for years and did not see any results or very slow results until I started listening to subliminals. And literally within just a few weeks of listening to a subliminal, the one I specifically listened to was for confidence. I still remember within just a few weeks, I felt like I'd had a personality transplant. My confidence, my mood, my energy levels, everything just started to shift so rapidly. Within just a few weeks, I quit my job, manifested a dream career doing something I was so much more passionate about. I became a much more confident, happy, stable, energetic person. And that was really just the beginning for me. Because I became so passionate about subliminals, I started creating them myself. And this is how my website Sound and Soulful was born. So on this website, I have subliminals for all areas of life, including appearance changes, mood shifts, confidence, happiness, manifesting a specific person, for money, for material success, for business success. And for twin flames specifically, I have an entire section of subliminals dedicated specifically to you. So if you would like to shift your energy, heal yourself in any way, begin practicing self-care and self-healing through sound therapy, through listening to subliminals. I will leave a link in the description box and the pinned comment you can use to sign up for a 7-day free trial to my website. And when you do sign up for a free trial, you can access any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created completely free. So I just wanted to share that because subliminals are a great meditation tool you can use to begin healing yourself. I just heard this journey is within, because just going back to this spread, this journey card was in reversed. And I actually just got this sudden insight that part of why it was reversed is because you are thinking you have to withdraw. You're thinking you have to take some kind of external journey, but really the journey is within you. So the reason this card is reversed is because you aren't clearly seeing what this journey needs to be. I feel your intuition is speaking to you that a change needs to happen, that a metaphorical journey needs to be taken. But your ego is taking this intuition and interpreting it as, okay, I have to withdraw from this person, or I have to up and move somewhere completely new. I have to completely change my environment, when really all along the journey you need to take is within you. And finally, the last card I pulled is a woman holding a coin, but in the reversed position. So this won't apply to all of you. This may just be a message for one of you, but I'm already getting one very specific message for a person from this card. And this is that there has been some kind of feminine influence on your finances, your career, or your life path. And I feel that this could have been a female boss who was very domineering, very controlling. This could have been a mother figure for some of you who you felt always kind of had this energetic hold on you when it came to your life path, your purpose. Maybe they always had really strong opinions about what you should do with yourself or your life, and you always felt really restricted. It was like this, I'm just feeling this really oppressive energy. Or for others of you, this could have even been, I'm also hearing some of you may have had a first marriage to a woman. I'm specifically hearing there may be a masculine listening to this video who went through some kind of a messy divorce, or there was some woman from your past who you felt was, I just heard holes in your pockets, like there was just money running out, because this person was either not very good with finances and spending a lot of your money, or they were always somehow taking money from you or controlling your finances in some way. And again, these are very, very specific messages. So all of these may just be directed to one person listening to this video. But if you aren't resonating with any of those specifically, I do feel that there's going to be some kind of message for you from this guidebook. And so I do want to read a little bit about this card. However, I also do want to say that, so this card is the number 42 in the deck, and it was 42 minutes that I'd been recording. It might not line up just like that because after editing, the time may be different for you, but on my recording screen, it said 42. So I feel like a lot of you may be seeing the number 42, maybe even 42, or you may be seeing the number 24 kind of like flipped. And for some weird reason, I've never done this before, but I want to look into some of the potential meanings of the number 42, because if you haven't been seeing this, you're going to start seeing this, or there is some kind of meaning for this number, because numbers, just like words, just like everything else, carry an energy. So oftentimes we can actually receive energetic signs and messages of alignment through number synchronicities. Okay guys, so I just searched the number 42 on my phone. I like to just look up angel numbers and synchronicities this way, and then use my intuition to pick out whatever message I feel guided to. But the message that really drew me in was, the number 42 will help you find the clarity of vision in life. Stick on your divine path to realizing your passion and success. So I feel as though, just connecting it back to this card, many of you are moving out of this space of being controlled by some kind of external force. Again, I'm just really sensing for many of you, this was some strong, oppressive, feminine energy in your life that once had some kind of hold, either very literally, physically on your finances and choices when it came to career, or it was like an energetic hold for some of you. You always had this person's expectations in the back of your mind, and it really weighed you down. But this number 42 is telling us you are being freed from this energy. And I just saw the key is around your neck. The way you free yourself from this oppressive prison this person has energetically created for you is through focus, and specifically through focusing wholeheartedly, completely upon your vision for yourself. Again, going back to that authenticity, being brave in your authenticity, being brave and fearless enough to be who you truly are, to pursue the path you truly know to be yours. So I'm just going to read a little bit to see if there are any messages about this card from our book. This card reverse could indicate that you're feeling unsure or fearful about finances or some health issue. It could also reveal a lack of value for yourself and for your own life. So yes, what I'm hearing is there is some fear. And again, I just feel for many of you, this is tied up with some external force that has been controlling your choices, or at least in your own mind through your perception has been in control of your choices. You're being asked to take back that control, to release that fear. And I feel that this won't apply to all of you, but some of you, the reason you've been afraid is because I just heard you are a god or a goddess, but you've forgotten that you are. And I feel like this has been a path of remembering for you, remembering your own power, remembering that you have always known your purpose, remembering that you can trust yourself to choose to manifest that purpose, to maintain that focus, to make it happen in your life. I feel like some of you, because others didn't believe in you, didn't believe in your ability to manifest these lofty goals and dreams in your life, you allowed it to influence you. You started thinking maybe because others thought you weren't capable, you thought that their limitations of you were the true measure of your own limitations, but they weren't. that was your ego talking. That was that primal fear, that primal tribal need for acceptance, that need to fit in and be like everyone else and meet everyone else's expectations. That is what you've been releasing. Many of you have really been letting that go, and it's been hard, and it's been lonely, and it's been heartbreaking at times. But if all of this is resonating with you, you do need to know just how powerful you are, and you do need to know that you are on the right path. So now I'm just going to pull some cards from my Angel Answers deck. And I know that many of these, just like some of my other readings, many of these messages have been more related to general life and career and finances and purpose. But the thing about any kind of high-level soulmate connection, especially the twin flame connection, is that in order to attract a soulmate into our lives, we must first peel back the layers of everything everyone else told us we were supposed to be, of everything that was unnaturally programmed into us. Peel back all of those layers until we come to what we call the core soul frequency. A frequency just like a sound frequency that we radiate in the form of vibration. And that vibration of authenticity is what attracts all of our soul connections to us. So whether it's a twin flame, a high-level romantic soulmate, or even these platonic soulmates we talked about, all of these, I just heard blessings in the form of true, pure, unconditional love from a romantic soulmate or twin flame, blessings in the form of platonic soulmate connections. In order to allow in these blessings, we must be fearless in our own authenticity, which is why so many of these other messages have come through. So the first card I pulled is Ask Your Angels. Interesting. And I just heard connection to the divine. I feel like many of you have been a little bit skeptical about I heard your direct line of communication to the divine. I feel like many of you, maybe you even came to this video because you often find yourself seeking external confirmation or validation of what you're feeling. And sometimes, although I feel many of you are very spiritual, very intuitive, I feel that sometimes you doubt your own ability to directly connect with the divine forces guiding your life. So if there's something that's been bothering you or something that's been on your mind or weighing on you, don't be afraid to ask for a sign directly, to communicate directly with the divine forces guiding you, however you specifically name or understand those divine forces. And of course, the second card I pulled is romance. And this is probably coming through because I feel many of you in this Ask Your Angels card, this thing that's been weighing on you is very specific to love and romance, which of course is partially obvious because you came to this video. And the third card I pulled is success. Okay, so here's what I'm getting, guys, from this 3-card spread here. Ask Your Angels, romance, and success. So I feel that many of you have had some kind of question in your mind. And this has probably been related to love or relationships. Something has been weighing on you. Maybe it's, is this the right person? Maybe it's, am I on the right path with this connection? Should I leave? What should I do? You've been going back and forth. And I feel that the divine here is telling you, I just heard and this is kind of funny, but I heard it was almost like a joke. It's like kind of teasing you a little bit, just saying, that you can ask us directly. You don't have to go through a tarot video. You don't have to seek external validation from what you intuitively know. You always have this direct line of communication to the divine. I'm almost laughing just because, not making fun of you, but more the opposite, just because you are so brilliant. You are so powerful. You are such a god force or a goddess. And I saw that some of your guides are looking at you and just thinking, you don't even know how powerful you are, how much power you hold right within your fingertips, how much connection you have directly to the divine. You can always ask for the answers you need on this and on all subjects. But I am hearing that in spite of kind of teasing you a little bit, saying, you are so powerful, you can ask for this yourself. Basically, they're telling me that you don't need me. You don't need me to read into your energy. You've got it. You know the answer intuitively. However, this third card, of course, is the success card. So I feel like in spite of saying, you have this direct line of communication, they're also answering your question. So if you came to this video with a question, This success card very emphatically says your answer is in the affirmative. Your answer is yes. So take that however it resonates. I just feel that's an answer to someone's specific intention. I feel that we're done with the oracle card readings. However, I would like to pull some potential sign cards, sun, moon, or rising from your person, as well as potential initials. These are where I get into the hyper-specific messages from these readings. So if it doesn't resonate, that's completely fine. It's probably just here for someone else. So I'm going to start by pulling some potential sign cards, sun, moon, or rising from either you or your person. Okay, the first card I got is Aquarius. I got this card very strongly, so I know some of you are listening are Aquariuses, or your person is an Aquarius, or there's very strong Aquarius energy in your chart. Gemini is the second card that I got. Libra, Pisces. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, either you or your person. Take that as it resonates. That might just be some kind of confirmation for some of you. And now I'm going to roll the letter dice. So let's just see potential. These could be, by the way, initials, first, middle, or last name of you, your person, a city that's significant to you, like any kind of, sometimes they spell words. So it could be some kind of significant word. So I got M, J, Q, W, and V. It's kind of on the edge, so I'm going to go with W, V, N, B, Z, T, V, F, S. And for some reason, I didn't actually spell this word, I don't think, but I just heard the word trust. I feel like if you didn't get your question answered, your intention answered, or you got some kind of an answer, but I feel some of you are reaching the end of this reading and you still have these lingering doubts. And so Spirit is spelling the word trust, telling you to trust the information you received, not because you received it through me, but because as you listened, I feel many of you received something through your intuition. Something just popped into your mind. Trust that intuition that spoke to you if there was some kind of inspiration that spoke to you during this video. I'm going to go ahead and close the reading here because I feel this is a good stopping point. Just to give you some tools and resources here at the end. Like I said at the beginning of this video is sponsored by Keen, and I did leave my personalized Keen link at the top of the description box under this video. So I know many of you have asked if I do personal readings, and I don't personally do one-on-one readings, but if you are looking for further spiritual guidance, further help along this journey, getting clarity, more specific clarity when it comes to your life or this love connection you had in mind, try out Keen for $1.99 using my link in the description box. If you would like to get some external guidance into your life, into this situation. You could also, if you prefer a more personalized approach to healing using your own meditation technique, you could check out my Subliminal site where I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life, including many for love and relationships. So the link to sign up for a free trial for my website will also be in the description box of this video. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Please do subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you. You can also follow me on Instagram at @magnetizeyourself. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.